Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Erin and I do mostly budgeting videos like the one you are about to see here. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to set up my May budget calendar and I'm going to do this in my printable budgeting worksheet kit, whatever you want to call it, workbook. I am still giving that away free of charge. You can click on the link below and request to download that, and you can use it to print it out or you can use it electronically. But you would have to convert it into a fillable PDF. So this is what it is. You guys have seen it several times since I have been back doing videos. June's budget kit looks exactly like this. However, I am going to do a fresh cover for July just because I want it to be interesting, you know, keeping things as interesting as possible. This is the month on 2-page layout. My little bear friend. Month on 2-page layout. So what I want to do is I just want to write down all the bills and on the dates that they're due. So I'm going to do that, and I do have a cheat sheet over here because I don't have these things memorized. But while I am fixing my planner, okay, I thought those were going to get wrinkled and that would drive me crazy. But I just want to address a comment that I got. And again, it's the same thing as the other day. I was talking about something, a comment that I received, and I don't think that it was made in any malicious intent, but it was about our mortgage. And the thing about the mortgage, and the thing that, you know, I guess maybe I didn't explain myself correctly. Our mortgage is going on it's about 2.5 times what it used to be. And somebody said to me that we all make stupid mistakes. And that's true. I make my share of them, no doubt. But I don't think that, even though I'm kind of saying, you know, I don't love our mortgage payments, because I just am not comfortable with how much it is. And I did mention that I took out a 30-year mortgage and I'm going to be turning 50 this year. I get it, but let me just say this. Taking out a longer mortgage when there's no pre-penalty or prepayment penalty is not a stupid thing to do. So if you use, I would say the most common one to check out on his website is Dave Ramsey's early mortgage payoff calculator. You can literally plug in your numbers, plug in your interest rate, plug in exactly what you purchased your home for, and how much extra you want to pay a month. And you can tweak those fields until you get a 25-year mortgage, a 20-year mortgage, 15, 10 years, 5 years, and you can make extra payments. So just because you get a 30-year mortgage does not mean that you are obligated to see it through for an entire 30 years. It's the same thing with a credit card. Most of us, if we have carried any type of credit card debt, you know, for a couple $1,000s, let's say, that's going to take you like 10 years to pay off if you just pay the minimum. Anything is going to take a long time if you just pay the minimum. So what I was saying was I'm not comfortable with the amount because our intention, and it was a really well thought out intention, was to get this house because inventory was very limited where we live. Get this house. We love this house. We truly do. It works for our family. That was also well thought out. We have a first floor bedroom and a walk-in shower for my mom. That was my priority. So I'm thinking of my family first and foremost. We did not overextend ourselves. My husband's income did go down, but you know what? That's life. We have ups, we have downs. Our intention was to refinance. We were hoping to do that this year, and we were hoping to have a lesser payment. If that doesn't happen this year because interest rates are still pretty high, we can still make our payment. This was not a stupid decision or a stupid mistake that we didn't put any thought into. We can also make this a 15-year mortgage if we make the payments that match that. However, the beauty of a 30-year mortgage is that it's a lot less of a payment when we are strapped for cash. Right now, we're not strapped for cash. Am I complaining because our income went down? For sure. I love to save. I love to plan for the future. I love to have a comfort or a buffer zone. But none of my decisions by myself or with my husband are stupid or not well thought out. So I just wanted to put that out there because it just didn't sit well with me. I'm very transparent about the information that I put out here. I'm so happy to be back on YouTube, but at the same time, you know, when I get feedback like that, without the whole story, I mean, I've been back on YouTube for what, a week? And I haven't even had a chance to go over some of our decisions or why we are in the situation we're in or why we're sitting in a good situation. It just doesn't sit well with me to get comments, you know, that use words like stupid when that's not the case at all. If you guys have been watching my videos for a while, you know that I'm pretty conservative. We paid off close to $38,000 in debt, and we did it in about 2 years because of the decisions and the intention that we had while doing so. And I think that, you know, could we be in a better position? Always. Everybody could be. You know, we can all make better choices. But we're not, you know, we're not struggling. And, you know, would I like to have more saved for retirement? I would. I don't have kids. I don't have, you know, we have to think about our future ourselves, and everybody does. Even if you have kids, I'm not saying that that's not the case. But you know, when you don't have kids, you can plan to be totally on your own, you and your spouse, or eventually just you, or eventually just your spouse. And so you do have to think about things. And to be honest with you, I think about things probably more than the average person because I'm an overthinker, and to a detriment. I mean, it doesn't, sometimes it doesn't serve me well because it causes a lot of anxiety. I think, I rethink, you know, I second guess. But one thing that I don't do is make rash decisions or do things without putting the complete thought process into them. So that's kind of my 2 cents about our mortgage situation. To be honest with you, paying about $2,400 a month with the mortgage and the homeowner's insurance and the property taxes is still less than some people are paying for rent. I mean, and I don't want to say just for rent, for their own mortgages. I mean, it's still less than a lot of people are paying. So we're by no means, you know, at the most expensive end of the spectrum when it comes to, you know, mortgage payments or, you know, just living expenses. But, you know, it's still more than we're used to. So for anybody who's like, hey, why didn't you just stay in your house? You know what? We didn't have the out-of-pocket money to do the renovations that we needed to do. And I wasn't willing to put myself into a situation where we were taking out more home loans and borrowing against our mortgage and tacking it on because it was the right time to sell our house. We had been there for over 14 years and I loved the house. The house served us very well. We took care of that house very well. But honestly, it was time. It was time to move. And I am, for the most part, happy we made that decision. And this house is much more, what do I want to say? It's much more conducive to the needs of our family. So you guys know at one point we had my nephew living with us. At one point we had my nephew and my niece living with us when she graduated with her master's. That was during COVID and she wasn't sure what her next move was. And so she moved in with us for a while. So then my mom moved in with us. I mean, she moved out at the end of that summer, but we've always had, you know, a house full. And our house really wasn't designed for, you know, so many people. We didn't have adequate bathrooms. We didn't have the right setup. My mom struggles with her knees. And, you know, we just needed something that was a little bit better set up. So basically, we got several quotes to renovate our bathroom, to install a walk-in shower, to get rid of our bathtub, which we really enjoyed having a bathtub, and it was close to $20,000. And then we needed to update our kitchen. We had some problems with our kitchen. We had some things that really needed to be addressed. And the amount of money that we needed to put into the house, at the end of the day, we needed to fix some concrete outside. We needed to fix some plumbing. We needed to do some things in the basement. We needed to replace carpet upstairs. There were so many things. And at the end of the day, when we added it all up, it was just an extraordinary amount of money. So we ended up selling our house, and we used the, proceeds from that to put down on this house, which was a good chunk of change. And then here we are. So can we pay our mortgage? For sure. Do I love our mortgage rate? No. I hate our interest rate. We're paying right now 6.75. And that's probably the lowest it's been in 2 years. Do I like our mortgage payment? I hate it. I hate it so bad. I'm not gonna lie. So I think when we go to sell this house, when the time is right, and it could be more sooner than later, I don't know how long my mom is going to be living with us. We're gonna make some money off this, and then we're going to dump the whole thing we have on a less expensive house. Hopefully insurance or interest rates will be down, and it'll all work out. So that's my spiel. That is kind of what I wanted to say and explain, and I wanted to do a more dedicated video about that, and I probably still will, but that's what we're looking at, and that's our situation. And I have to say, even though I was probably sounded like I was complaining, I really have no regrets. We did exactly what we thought we needed to do for the betterment and the comfort of our family. And we'll always do that. We will always do that. Just because we don't have kids doesn't mean that we don't always have our family's best interest at heart. And my husband's mom, who knows? She might end up living with us too. And that's fine. But we just roll with it. You roll with life's curveballs and punches and the ups, and you just make it work. So, yeah, but I'm always 110% putting the thought behind everything that we do. So let's talk about everything that we have due. So our mortgage, car insurance, and taxes are due on the 1st of every month. Now, can we pay our taxes every half? We can. We do pay them separate. I keep them, we don't escrow. I just didn't want to do that. We weren't doing that with our last home either. So I just wanted to keep it going, and I like doing it like this. On the 2nd, our homeowner's insurance is due every month. We can also pay that by the half, and our cell phones. So our cell phones are still at the higher end. We're still paying off phones, and I think they're $4 a month. We had some kind of deal, but you couldn't pay them off early. Otherwise, you would have to pay the whole amount. So it's one of those things where they kind of spread these little tiny payments out over like 2 years because they want to keep you as their customer for 2 years. So we have AT&T. That's just kind of one of their tricks. I have a car wash pass, and we can use that on any car in our family. And then this is my first payday, and then our utility gas is due here, and car payment number 1. And then on the 5th, we have trash due. I can pay this every 3 months, or I can pay it every month. I go back and forth with this. It just depends. And then I have Canva, Hulu, car number 2 payments, electric, Bank of America, Netflix, another payday, Ashley Furniture, Sirius XM, cable and Wi-Fi on the 28th, and our water bill on the 29th, and my last pay date on the 31st. So those are my pay dates. I'm also going to plug in down here retirement, because this is my husband's retirement. He took an early retirement buyout. So that's that. He's only 52. I mean, he's not like, collecting Social Security or anything. You guys are probably like, how old are you guys? But yeah, so, and he also has additional income. So that's that. And on the 12th, I'm going to put this in even though I'm not expecting much. But on the 12th is the date he usually gets commission. And even though that's a Sunday, he might get that tomorrow. I'm not sure. So we'll see. Because our bank does deposit on Saturdays. And then on the 30th, let's see, is when he gets his base pay. So I'm going to put that here. And then I think what I'll do is I will highlight the paydays. Maybe I'll use green. So they stand out a little bit amongst the bills. And then what I'll also highlight are some things that are more, what word can I use? I mean, they're definitely variable, but they're also more expendable. Like if we got rid of Netflix, that's okay. It's possible. If we got rid of Hulu, that's fine. It's possible. Can't get rid of our water bill. Can't get rid of, you know, certain payments, but there are things we can get rid of. So I'm going to highlight them separately so they stand out as well. And we also have HBO Max, but that comes with our cell phone package, so I don't count that. And we also have Amazon Prime, but I pay that once a year, so I don't know what the monthly breakdown would be. I should probably figure that out. But we do have XM Radio, and we always have like these trial deals, like, oh, you know, if you sign up right now, or if you extend right now, it'll only be like X amount of dollars a month. And then when that runs out, they want to charge you like $40 a month. I mean, it's like extravagant. And we always cancel. And then we call back and we say, oh, we want to sign up again. And they're just like, okay. So we never pay like regular prices for XM. So here is what our entire month looks like as far as due dates. And we have a lot of bills. I mean, but I don't think we have any more than the average family or the average household. We have pretty much our utilities, which I separate. I know some people lump all their utilities together. The reason why I don't do that is because our electric and our gas and our water are all due on different dates, as you can see, and they're due to different companies. So it doesn't make any sense for me to just say utilities. And I also like to keep track of the patterns in our electric and the pattern in our water and gas and see, you know, what we're paying every month. So I like to be pretty precise about that. So that is May, and May's bills, these are already paid. So everything that you see here has already been taken care of because we pay 1 month in advance. I'm pretty happy with that situation, and I'm happy we've been doing it for a few years. And if you're interested in how you can get a month ahead, definitely check out my video where I talk about sidestepping, because it's not a baby step. It's really not even a forward step to get a month ahead. It's just kind of a lateral move because you're still paying the same amount of money. You're just doing a little bit earlier, and that just gives you a little extra breathing room and a little less stress during the month you're paying. So I don't know, and maybe it's just a psychological thing, but it actually feels good, you know, doing it that way. Here's my monthly budget. I'm going to plug in all the payments that I made. I budget a certain amount. So I budget every month $150 for gas, $150 for electric, but most times it's not that expensive. And then I just put the actual here. So could I budget less? Probably. Do I want to? No, because you never know when you're going to get that random rogue bill that's like 2 times what you expected. And then you find yourself thinking, oh crap, you know, I wish I would have budgeted a little bit more so it was actually covered, instead of now trying to, you know, like move things around a little bit or move money around. So I like to budget the same thing, even if the payments are a little bit less. If they become a little bit more, I up my budget. So that's kind of how we do it. So I'll be filling this out in a separate video. This is getting really lengthy, but I thought this would be, you know, kind of an interesting little video to do, is to show you my monthly layout. If you guys haven't gotten your hands on the planner, check out the description. You can request to download it, and you can also request to download my yearly planner. And I'm super excited about it because I love how it turned out. So this is it right here. And you can download this for free as well. So definitely check all these freebies out because I'm only going to be doing them in 2024. And then after that, I may go back to my Etsy shop or something, but right now it just does not make sense for me to do that. But anyways, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.